Welcome back, viewers. You are still tuned into Prime Live, and today we are honored to have Coach Harriet Ngoepe. I practiced that one. A dynamic leader, certified life coach, and advocate for women's empowerment. She's known for her unwavering commitment to inspiring and uplifting women and young girls. Coach Harriet embodies strength, resilience, and passion and drives meaningful change. Join us as we tap into her wisdom, motivation, and her inspiring journey of transformation. Good evening, Harriet. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live.
Thank you so much for having me.
I mean, it's a Monday, so it's all about motivation and inspiration, and who better to join us today than you? I'm loving that we have an opportunity to chat to you this evening. And we talk a lot about the importance of mindset on this show, and something that is part of your philosophy when it comes to your life coaching as well as being transformative is having a structured mindset. Can you talk to us about the importance of a structured mind? So powerful what you shared is that if you can't envision in your mind the kind of future you want, the kind of life you want to live, you're absolutely never going to be able to achieve it. Something you're also passionate about is women empowerment, creating these communities of women who are working together, being together, and part of that is a concept that you call supportive networks, and something that you believe is empowering and something that can bring people together and empower women. Talk to us more about this concept of a supportive network.
I am such a girl's girl. I am such a woman for women, and I believe you do that one mindset at a time. I always encourage women, you need to get up from your comfort zones, go on and meet other women. It is so important to fellowship and network with other women because you learn so much around women. You know, this whole connotation where they say, women hate each other, women don't want to see each other grow. Wait until you get up and actually go and sit down and collaborate with other women. We like to say we don't compete, we collaborate. That is actually what we need to be doing. And I also like to say that we need to mostly focus on less talking and more doing. But how do you do it? You get up and you take the first step. Your first win is taking the first step. We are so intimidated by nothing. You simply saw someone walking in high heels and you automatically feel intimidated. But if you get up from your comfort zone and you challenge yourself to go and sit down with fellow women alike, trust me, it is so important to get with women because there is so much one can learn, there's so much one can take home, and there's so much one can grasp and move forward because other women are doing it. Why, if she can do it, why can't I do it? So that is always my approach. That get up, let's go and meet other women. You don't have to be friends with them, but you need to go on and see what they're doing. We learn so much from our mothers. We get into the kitchen with our mothers. We learn so much from them. That is how we become good wives, good mothers, because what we've seen. But now, if now you want to enlarge your spectrum, you want to enlarge your horizons, you need to go on and meet women that are good at other things for you to again be able to take in, take home, and practice.
I think what you said is so important. We all need to be a girl's girl. Yes. And unfortunately, the kind of socialization that girls are around and the kind of social structures we are so used to is that from a very young age, we're almost taught to see other women as competition. Even if there is a woman out there who's doing just a little bit better than you or is doing a skill you aspire to be able to do, you automatically think she's competition instead of seeing it as an opportunity of how we can actually get together and how can I learn from you? And I'm sure I have something to give that you can learn from me. And I love that you are championing this message because it's something important for young girls to be able to understand and realize. And we need to kind of almost declutter our mindsets and declutter our social circles from teaching young girls to be able to look at each other as competition. Because even in school situations, you always find young girls fighting with each other because they're looking at each other as competition. And I love that you're bringing this conversation to the forefront. And women in leadership particularly is something you are so passionate about. And you work a lot in the mentorship space as well as in the social outreach space. Can you tell us more about that?
So at this moment, I mainly collab with NGOs and other women's movements because I just thought to myself before I even want, because eventually that's the goal and that's the plan, to also have my own young girls and older women NGO. But at this point, I'm working on collabs and just empowering mentally and motivating women that are in the NGOs, and they are their team and collaborating with them to help them move their NGOs forward. And like you said, and like I said earlier on, to say that we are not competing, but we are collaborating. So before I even jump onto, I want to start my own NGO, let me first network with someone who's already in that space. There's so much I can learn, there's so much they are learning from me, but I'm also taking away what I will possibly need to also start my own thing. So it becomes very, very important. A lot of women that are in leadership, it is not because of the high shoes that they wear. It's not even because of the positions that they occupy, but it is mainly about how many other people they take up with them. We need to hold hands as women. We hold hands and we move it forward. Those young girls, they need to see us. They need to understand that she's not better and you're not better either. But there's so much that I can take from you. There's so much you can take from me. So how's about we get together, we sit down, we put our heads together, and we discuss how do we move it forward? How do we move those that are down and bring them up to us? And how do those that are up there pull us up to them? Because that is how it works. It's a cycle. That's up there, she comes on and pulls me. While she's pulling me, and I go on to pull other people. Do you understand? So it becomes very important that we create these little networks. And as soon as we realize that it is honestly in your head, and you need to let go of that. I'm a very positive thinker. Sometimes you also need to force yourself to be a positive thinker, because it is not so easy to be a positive thinker. You need to push yourself out of that negativity and focus on the bigger goal. We are so afraid of collaborating because we think, she's going to outshine me. It's not even about that. It's not even about that. It should never, ever even be about that. You must always think of the bigger picture. I am going to learn. And once you learn, you become a better person because you've also learned from others. So we need to focus on that. Remember, it's all about holding hands and moving forward. Whatever that defeats you, sit down and ask. I always say, ladies, young girls, you need to get up and ask. The fact that you're asking someone something you don't know, it doesn't make you stupid. In fact, asking makes you smarter. Yep. Because then it means you have learned something, and tomorrow you're going to teach someone else up there. So it becomes very important that women in leadership don't look down on us.
I love that
because
you said that.
Because someone took you up.
Exactly.
So also prioritize taking me up, because then I'm going to pass on the baton and pull someone up with me.
Yeah.
So,
I love that you said that. People are so afraid of being in a position where you say, I don't know something, and let me ask. Yeah. And you're creating, what you're trying to foster and create is this chain of growth, and being able to say, let's all grow together. And let's be vulnerable and open enough and not have this egotistical mindset. And it's the ego that prevents us from asking the right questions, from collaborating with people that intimidate us. Why do they intimidate you? Because they're in a place that you want to be.
Exactly.
In closing, can you please share your details with us on where our guests can actually connect with you, and how can we get our life in order with you?
So I am on TikTok. I am on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I am on X, but I'm not so active. My handles are at Medi Yasosha. So it's MEDI _YA _SOSH. And my numbers are 068-218-0996. If anyone wants to reach out to me and connect with me, feel free to get a hold of me. And thank you so, so much for having me once again.
Absolutely. Viewers at home, please do reach out to Harriet on her social media platforms to get your life in check and your mind structured. On that note, on behalf of myself, Harriet, and the entire INX team, we greet you. Good evening, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.